Class, my name is Mr. Ballier, and I'm doing a presentation on the female contraceptive ring, also known as the vaginal ring. The vaginal ring was first introduced and approved by the USDA in 2001. It is a small, soft plastic ring that is placed inside of a female's vagina. It releases continuous dosages of estrogen and progestogen in the bloodstream to prevent pregnancy. The cost on average is about $30 to $35. So some fast facts about the vaginal ring are, the vaginal ring is more than 99% effective when it is used properly, but unfortunately that number decreases slightly to 93% efficiency due to human error. The ring provides contraception for 1 month, and you may continue to have intercourse when the ring is in place. The ring still works even if you have a sickness such as vomiting or diarrhea, and the ring may ease premenstrual symptoms such as when bleeding occurs, it is usually lighter, and cramps from your period may be less painful. It doesn't protect against STIs, unfortunately, so please make sure that your partner is using a condom as well. So, how does the vaginal ring work? Well, as I mentioned in the previous slide, it works by steadily releasing hormones known as estrogen and progestogen into the bloodstream, which prevents the release of an egg each month. Thickness from cervical mucus makes it more difficult for sperm to move through the cervix, and it also thins the lining of the womb, where fertilized eggs are less likely to implant themselves. Now, to insert the vaginal ring, you need to hold the ring between your index finger and your thumb and squeeze together to create an oval shape. Then you gently put the folded ring into the vagina towards your cervix, and then once it is inserted, it is kept there for a predetermined amount of time, usually 21 days, before a 7-day ring-free break period. So, when does the vaginal ring start to work? Well, the vaginal ring starts working anytime during the menstrual cycle if you're not pregnant. It is left in there for about 21 days, and then, as I mentioned previously, it is removed for a 7-day ring-free break. During this time, you are still protected from pregnancy during this ring-free break because you still have those hormones flowing through your bloodstream. A new ring is then inserted for another 21 days. But it's also important to note that for the first 7 days starting the vaginal ring, you will be protected against pregnancy as long as, again, your partner is using contraceptive as well. So, who is suitable to use the vaginal ring? Well, some women unfortunately can't use a vaginal ring, and they may not be suitable if they've had blood clots in their arteries or veins, if they have a heart condition or circulatory problem like high blood pressure, if they're 35 and older and have smoked or have stopped smoking in the past year, have migraines with aura, which means that when their headaches are so severe they see zigzag lines. This is also a warning symptom that tells the female that they need to stop using the vaginal ring. If they've had breast cancer in the last 5 years, have had diabetes with complications, are overweight, if they take medicine that may interact with the ring negatively, or if they unfortunately cannot physiologically hold the ring in their vagina. There are some risks to taking or to using the vaginal ring. Those risks include blood clots and cancer. A very small number of people using the vaginal ring may develop blood clots in their veins or artery, but as I mentioned previously, if you have already used or if you have already had blood clots in your past, you definitely want to stay away from using the vaginal ring. And it also leads to cancer in a very small number of people as well, including breast cancer and cervical cancer. A positive note in this, though, is women who stop using a vaginal ring show signs of decreased risk of breast cancer after they're done using the cervical ring, or the vaginal ring. So some quick advantages and disadvantages are, some advantages specifically are, it doesn't interrupt intercourse, It's easy to take in and take out. You don't have to think about it every day like you do the pill. The ring isn't affected from whether you are sick or not, such as if you're vomiting or have diarrhea. It may help with premenstrual symptoms. And also it has no long-term effect on your fertility, like the pill does, unfortunately. Some disadvantages are that it may not be comfortable inserting it and removing it from your vagina. It may cause temporary side effects, such as increased vaginal discharge, headaches, nausea, breast tenderness, and mood swings. The ring itself doesn't protect against STIs, and you need to remember to change it out once a month and put a new one in. And again, as I've mentioned previously, some medicines may make the ring less effective. So let's move on to our activity. So, what you're going to need for our vaginal ring shootout is 2 pieces of paper, 1 ring from a plastic bottle such as a milk bottle or Gatorade bottle, 1 bottle filled with water, preferably halfway to 3/4 filled, 1 pair of scissors, markers, and tape. So, to give you the directions on how to proceed with making the pre-vaginal shootout hula hoop or basketball hoop, you need to cut out a rectangle in the shape of a backboard. You need to tape the bottle ring to the paper towards the middle base of the long side to create a basketball backboard, or in this case, a vaginal ring backboard. You then will tape the backboard to the water bottle and cut out some 4x5 or 5x5 pieces of paper and crumple them up into paper balls that'll represent sperm. And this will be your finished product. So, during the vaginal ring shootout, you and your partner will take turns taking shots at the vaginal ring basketball hoop. You will set up your basketball hoop or your vaginal ring hoop in the far corner of your desk, and you and your partner will take turns trying to make your sperm through the vaginal ring. And you'll have 3 minutes to do so. And it'll look something like this. That's a whiff. Oh, thank goodness. Woo! All right. It looks like the vaginal ring was 100% effective this time around. But always make sure that you're using a condom with the vaginal ring to make sure you are 100% safe. So some closing thoughts. How effective is the vaginal ring when used properly? How long does it last? What are some advantages in using the vaginal ring, and what are some disadvantages in using the vaginal ring? Leave your answers in the comments below. And as always, stay safe and be healthy.